Okay, let's call the meeting order. Pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Roll call, please.
We're all just watching it tonight.
Yeah.
That's a simple question.
Okay, sounds good, thank you. All right. Okay. Mr. Billion?
I'm here.
Okay. Jake?
I'm here.
Jason Heaton?
Sure.
Mayor Cogley? Here. Joe?
Here.
And Ryan?
Here.
We need to go the approval of the monthly minutes. Anybody,
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, review of tonight's agenda. Is there any changes?
None for me.
Okay, then we will move on.
I'm moving it.
I guess we need an approval to consent the agenda.
I'll make the motion to approve tonight's.
I'll second.
Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Officers' reports.
I'm gonna start with the incident log tonight just because I have it right in front of me. There were 44 calls in the month of February. They are all closed and cleared. If anybody wants to look at them, we only have one copy tonight.
Beautiful.
Total bills spent was $14,918.22, and then with salaries included, it was $20,364.30. The balance in the general fund as of February 28th was $459,348.60. And then in the liquid fuel fund, we have $110,818.26. That is higher because we did get a $50,000. We got our liquid fuels money for the year. Yes. So we got that on March 3rd. In our Pliget investment account, we have $3,989.48. In the Pliget capital purchase account, we have $1,786.52. In the water and sewer fund, we have $163,598.92. And in the emergency management fund, we have $12,497.23.
Time out. Let me get-
Okay, that was your secretary report as well? As it said here, we need an approval for officers' report. Do we need a motion for that? I don't know, because they changed some of the stuff I don't remember.
I do not believe we need a motion for the officers' report.
And then also is an approval for secretary treasurer's report.
We do need one for that.
We do need one for that.
I'll make it.
I'll second.
Motion second, discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. And we go down to correspondence.
So I have, one of my correspondence was for the $50,000 in liquid fuel money. I have the email here just stating that we received that money. If anybody would like to read over it, I can give that to you. And then the other one was Caputo Insurance Agency reached out to me looking to give us an insurance quote since we're coming up on insurance renewal time. So if anybody is interested in me doing that, I can do that for everybody. So if you guys want me to reach back out to them and let them give us a quote.
Sure. This is for our general equipment and all,
Yep.
everything, all of our
Yep,
insurance.
everything.
I don't think it hurts to have a second bid.
I think we should get as many as we
Jason,
can.
you're in the finance litigation, you can work with her on that.
And this is nationwide. I think.
And Nationwide was the one that called me, and I sent that thing to everyone,
If
so
you guys
that's,
could handle that, that would be great.
that's
Just-
two. Okay.
Sorry I'm late.
Is that on
All right.
correspondence?
Nothing for zoning officer?
That's all I have.
I had 5 different calls. People reached out over citizens' comments, concerns, or whatever. And then I also had a couple phone calls. Everything so far is taken care of.
Right.
Everybody should be
Yeah,
good.
the only thing I sent you that picture of that man, I
Yes.
was to talk to Brian, that storm drain said we'd get to it either tomorrow or sometime next week.
Perfect.
I think we'll be all right there, because it's not a danger right now, but it needs to be fixed. So nothing from code enforcement, nothing emergency management. Eli,
Nothing.
other than we went to the class.
Well, our quarterly meeting.
Yeah, quarterly class. Chief. Yeah, man.
Nothing other than my report unless council has any questions.
Anybody? Okay, thank you. Secretary, treasurer report, financial report, police calls, changes, placement. We just did that, didn't we?
Yep, the only thing that I wanted to bring up was, I was speaking to some citizens and they were mentioning maybe moving citizens' comments from the beginning of the agenda to the end, or maybe doing one of each, just because a lot of the times they'll ask a question and it'll be like, oh, we're gonna talk about that, and they kind of get shut down. So I wanted to discuss maybe changing that on the agenda. I wanted everyone's opinion on it.
Say it again so I can fully understand. Changing where?
Where it is, so you know how it's
It used to
first.
be, I thought later on, or,
That's what we were talking about, maybe moving it to the end, or if someone wants to talk first because they can't stay the whole meeting, we
I'll
can
tell you
kind
what,
of have a two
being
spots.
the rest of the council members aren't here, and we're still shy 2 people. That was something I was gonna bring up. Why don't we table that till next month, where we get everybody's input? from
Well, we're
council.
only missing one, just Bob, because the 2 are empty.
Well,
and
that's
they're
right.
gonna
I
be
guess the other
empty.
2 are
So,
empty.
yeah, it's just gonna be empty, so
Thank you. All right, folks, what do you
Kevin
think?
wants to say something real quick.
So, according to the Sunshine Law, you have to give citizens a chance to speak on business before it's deliberated or acted upon. So that's why they usually come first. And some communities put a good and welfare, section at the end, if everyone stays around for that. But there's a reason for this citizen stuff at the front end.
Oh, okay, when we were at the meeting the other day, everyone made it seem like we should move it to the end. That's how you guys made it seem to me. That's
I
how,
wouldn't have
that's
said that.
but I'm just saying that's how it was approached to me, so
I
that's why
must have
I'm
been
trying to
sleeping
change
on
it.
That's part of the reason,
for
that's part of
everyone.
the advertising the agenda, so the folks should know.
See it.
They'll say, okay, it's on the agenda, and they wanna address it before council takes any action on that, so.
Okay, so just leave it?
I'm saying at this point, unless anybody has any objection, we'll just leave it the way it is.
Okay, I just wanna bring it up, because
There's
they
no
brought it up to
objection,
me,
I think
so.
that's where we'll go. Okay, so now we go to motion to go to citizen comments. You said,
I make a motion to move the citizens.
I'll second.
all those in favor? Opposed? Mary, you got the list?
Okay. Kathy Brewer,
That's me.
okay.
First of all, what Jenna said, the citizens' comments, and 2 meetings ago, there was a discussion during citizens' comments. And Janet and I went back and forth about it, and Bob said, we'll talk about it at the end of the meeting, and then it got blown away. So, what's the point of bringing something up if you never get an answer? And this happens, and there'll be questions tonight that we're gonna have to hold for 4 weeks. And then by that time, it's pointless to even mention anything.
Why don't we bring something up at the end? Like a final word from the audience or something like that. If
We
they
used
ask
to have a
questions.
thing at the bottom,
Can we do that, Kevin?
any other business,
You're the go-to man, can we do it?
any other business. I'm saying if other
That you
business they
could-
wanna do.
Let's go to that.
Yes, you can do that because you have the flexibility, like we was said a couple minutes ago, because you have an agenda, the agenda is put out there before the meeting. Folks, in theory at least, look at that agenda and may want to come here and comment or ask questions before you folks you guys take action on anything. There's no law prohibiting you from saying at the end of the regular business meeting that you could kind of have a wrap-up session
Hey, here he comes.
Sorry I'm late.
No, you're not.
to
In the middle of a phone call I couldn't hang up on.
to ask people if there's any other questions or comments. You can do both, sure. Might add a little bit of time to your meeting, but there's no rule against that.
Well, then is everybody okay with adding that to the end of every one of these?
For any
agendas?
questions from the citizens?
Yeah, before we leave.
I don't see why
Concerns,
not.
comments?
Well, the other part of it is, if it's something that requires us to take action, to vote on, can we do that without having to wait another month, like you just said? You know, the
Well,
general
it-
public needs to know what we're gonna do before we vote on it. Because we've had to do that in the past. We brought something up, said we wanna vote on it, I said you can't. We have to wait a month for it to go to citizens. The
Well,
public.
depending on what it is,
Right, it's not an emergency.
yeah, I don't think you'd have to wait a month necessarily. If something came up, look, then you'd have to have somebody say, well, let's reopen the agenda to put this on the agenda for tonight, whatever it is that was brought up at the 11th hour, so to speak. You know what I mean?
No.
At the
But
end
we
there.
do that at the beginning.
Pardon me?
We do that at the beginning.
Right, but I'm just saying in that.
If something comes up later on, then.
Right,
So-
right.
Yeah, I understand what she's saying, and I agree with her, because there's a lot of stuff that has been talked about.
That we never get an answer for.
We say, okay, we'll get to it, and we
And we
don't.
don't get to it.
We don't get to
Exactly.
it. I mean, I understand exactly what she's saying,
Okay.
and I don't know how to, what's the best way to handle that?
Well, you know, again, you have the flexibility. You could try doing it in the beginning, and then, like I said,
A Q&A.
and you guys say at the very end, are there any questions related to what just has been done in the meeting? Do that for a couple months if there's some problem.
Well, that's
with
why I
it.
thought that
You could
any other
always-
business would be kind of a catch-all. So that's the bottom of the agenda.
Well, it's really for questions or comments about what you should be, for questions or comments about what you folks did on the agenda, what actions you did or didn't take during that time, during your meeting,
Yeah,
okay?
so we need to change that, any other business, any other comments about the meeting
Right,
and other
Comments,
business.
concerns.
concerning the actions and,
We can probably do, everybody okay with that?
Sure.
We'll fill you in later.
you should take a vote on that, make sure that everybody,
This is just so we can have citizens talk afterwards.
This is
Right.
at the very end of the meeting, if there's something we've talked about doing, but we didn't. They said, well, we'll talk about it later, we don't get to it later, we forget about it in the meeting and go on.
Okay.
Allowing them to say, hey, you didn't bring this up. We didn't do it."
Okay.
Shut down.
That's
Let's
good.
put it up to a vote.
Do we need a
We need a
motion?
vote.
I'll make a
Yeah.
motion.
Motion and a roll call vote.
I have a motion.
Motion to adjust. And add it in there.
I'll second it.
Any
All in
questions?
favor? Opposed? Okay, let's do a vote.
I think it's a good idea.
Bill?
Are you on the roll call?
Yeah, I have to. Bill, Bob,
Yes.
Jake,
Yep.
Jason,
Yes.
and Ryan.
Yes.
Okay, are we ready to get the meeting? Back to you, sir.
Thank you, Bill.
We're on citizens.
Where we at?
We're on citizens.
We're on citizens.
Okay.
Kathy
We're
just
still
spoke.
on citizens.
I'm not done.
Right,
Okay.
Kathy's up.
Kathy's up.
Second, I need a signature from Jenna and from Bob on the form to turn in delinquent taxes for 2024. I need that
Okay.
tonight because they may go in before our next meeting and I don't wanna have to track either. I'll do that. And the third thing is, I had an issue last week with my computer. Took it to Beaver, to the people that always work on it. And the screen went completely blank. So they got it back up and running, but when I went to pick it up, I was told that I need a new computer. So I have an estimate. The school normally pays half, the borough pays half, because I use it for both borough and school taxes. So you guys need to look at this, because if I lose my information, we're all screwed.
And is it over $100?
Yeah, that's why I brought it up. They gave me an estimate for both the laptop and,
Which one would you be better with?
I think the laptop.
Laptop?
And there's only a $50 difference.
Laptops are always easier.
Do you get a printer with that?
No, I have a printer that I bought that they will install back into that computer.
I have a question though. Labor?
They have to transfer everything from the tax program that I have from my computer, and they need permission from the people that wrote the program, so they have to go to them to transfer.
$100 an hour.
How much?
100.
So I said that probably costs more than a computer.
Well, I think it says between $100 and $400 depending on
Well, it's
how.
$100 hours at $200 to $400 because it takes anywhere from 2 to 4 hours.
Do we have a choice?
No.
We need, she needs it, so yeah.
The answer is, yeah, seems kind of easy.
What kind of money we spending on a computer?
Oh, you say they'd pay half and you,
School normally pays half
So
and the
you're
borough
looking-
pays half. I have one of those to take to the school tomorrow.
$475 for,
You're looking at about $600,
just for the laptop and $140 for the monitor.
so between 6 and 7.
I give her up
You get the
to.
monitor with the laptop?
She's,
Everything's on there.
she's getting a monitor to go with it, so this way she has bigger screens and
Like 2 screens.
Bigger monitor.
Yeah.
Because I said the laptops have screens. But she get the bigger
I
screen.
say give her up to $1,000 to spend, especially with labor costs.
I said we give her whatever we have to spend.
Yeah.
Which $1,000 should cover it.
Yeah, we should cover it. The schools, did school pay half of the labor too?
They'll pay half of the whole
The
bill.
whole bill?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. I think
Give
that's
her, I
great.
said give her up to $1,000 and that should cover everything.
So what he'll do is send the borough half the bill and he'll send the school the other half the bill.
Okay.
Get it done.
But I need
I'll
a
make a
signature
motion we
on
do-
there after you
we go ahead
guys
and do
decide
that.
what we're doing.
For
I don't
whatever
care
the
who
bill
signs
costs.
it.
Let Bob sign. Fire department.
Do we just need to agree on that, or do we?
I made a motion.
Oh, I'll second it.
All in favor?
No, I'm done.
All opposed? Okay, let's get her done.
All right, Kath.
Thank you, I'm done.
Send the bill
You
to
might wanna
Jenna.
make
Thank
a
you,
copy
Kathy.
of that, Jenna,
Yes.
to keep.
Okay.
A copy to keep and give me.
The copier's not working here, so if you
Oh,
can,
okay, then I'll copy it.
I would say if you copy it, put either email it to me or put it, it's fine, whatever works for you.
Okay.
And next is Scotty McGee, but I don't see him.
Well, can we fill him in whenever he gets here? Like, can we let him just hop in?
We can do it.
He's running late. He thought it started at 7.
Yeah, put
We
them in.
will let him fill it a little bit later when he gets in. It's about baseball, right?
Yeah, I told him I'd stall for him, so.
Well, you're gonna bring it up anyway, so.
I am gonna bring it up, yeah,
You
but
don't say stall.
Okay, that's all that's on the list.
That's it?
Nobody else?
Okay, let's
Does
go
anyone else want to say anything?
All right, let's go to,
Turn it back to business, right?
back to business, old business.
Hold on, you got Citizens Advisory Committee.
Oh. That's right.
Yeah, that's right, on there.
Kevin.
Oh, okay. Hey, so last month, we talked about the resolution for a handbook for municipal operations. And so I said I would send you guys the text draft of that. So you should all have received that, and we're looking forward to action on that tonight. The group has decided to go ahead and move forward with some SOPs because, you know, this is a big process. We're working on 4 right now, and next month we'll probably choose 4 more. And these are just starting points, right? To draft something and then kick it over to you guys. And, you know, I explained that last month that this is an iterative process. So we're working on the park shelter rental concession SOP. We're working on the park youth baseball concession SOP, roadside trash SOP, as well as something that Jake and I have been kicking around since January, snow and ice control stuff. And so this past week or so, boy, the group has really kicked in and just really provided some great feedback and stuff. And so I think we're off to a good start with getting really something in the bag for this. So we're really excited about that. We did weigh in to help the parks on the youth baseball agreement. The citizens had some ideas. We drafted a proposal agreement. We kicked it over. We had a really nice meeting, I thought, with the baseball folks on Monday to just explain our side of things. And we made it clear, we're not negotiating. We're not negotiating. The final decision doesn't rest with us. These are just our recommendations as citizens to the Parks Committee. So that process is going. Another project we're really excited about is outreaching to Department of Community Economic Development, the county economic development offices, our municipal neighbors, to just say, hey, can you come talk to us about grants and funding and community development and comprehensive planning and all that sort of stuff. Come talk to us. We'd like to set up a nice meeting to let you guys know you can come to that, right? So we can start networking and developing contacts and kind of figure out where we can get some solid ground on moving the borough forward in terms of these issues, which are really important these days, right? And last thing I want to point out is that Jen and I just briefly talked, and this may be another project of ours, is this idea of online municipal payments. There are a lot of different services out there. PayPal, Koppel uses PayPal. PayPal has I'm not advocating it, but PayPal has a municipal service thing. There's a little bit of a fee. Some of these services charge a big fee, like $6 a payment. You have to pay for taxes. It might be a percentage of your taxes if you want to do an online payment.
I don't wanna do that.
Yeah, but for incidental stuff, maybe fines or whatever, with the cost of dye testing or whatever, maybe that could be something in the future. Could easily be taken care of with an online system. They park shelter rentals, right? It's a possibility. So we're gonna look into that and we'll let you know if that stuff shapes up, and you guys, of course, have the decision on that. So we're moving along. We're meeting at the first Tuesday of every month, 6 o'clock here. So if anybody wants to come, you're welcome.
Kevin, did you get that email that I sent out about that resolution?
I did, yes.
Some of the changes?
I did.
Any feedback from that?
Honestly, I think you're making a distinction without a difference with the name of the SOPs.
Yeah, I prefer SOGs.
Yeah.
Because it's a guideline. I'm concerned that if somebody reads it as a procedure, then if you waver from that, then they're gonna want, I don't have to rewrite the handbook 20 times.
Excellent point. I think it's an excellent point. I think you guys have the prerogative to write in this handbook how you want it to be used. As guidelines,
Yeah.
if what happens if you deviate from the guidelines, that might dovetail with your employee handbook or whatever. I don't know, but I think you guys totally have the prerogative to sort of set that up.
Because I was concerned about if it's this way, what happens if I need to deviate?
Yeah,
Can I? With guidelines, I know I can.
Yeah.
With procedures, it's a little more,
Well,
sounds a little more firm to
well,
me.
the SOPs. I mean, that's an industry standard nomenclature.
So are SOGs.
for that stuff. SOPs.
So we're SOGs.
I've never heard of it myself.
Well, I have. We've used them at work and I've used them in the fire department.
So, are you familiar with ISO 9001
Yes, I am.
certification for SOPs? Yeah, for that. But that's nomenclature, right? That's something. But I think that's why I said I think that's a distinction without a difference.
Yeah.
But it's your call. But I think you do have all the authority to sort of frame this, the content and how you want to use it, right? However you see fit.
I just don't want to have to sit down and make a nightmare for somebody to have. Now we're going to change it from this to this, and now we have to go back. I'm going to give you a prime example. Employee handbook. How many of you guys have the employee handbook? Should be every one of you.
With me right now?
No, have.
I've got one at home.
And but there's changes being made, and they're not being updated on the employee handbook. And that's what I'm saying. If the guidelines, some of it doesn't have to be for procedures, from my terminology, at least the way I understand procedures. Now you have to redo the handbook.
Well, if this were a digital version, easily done.
I
Easily
don't
managed.
disagree.
Also, in fact, the latest edition that someone suggested, revision to the SOP template, is a log of changes. So you would see what changes were made briefly, when and who authorized that.
Because it can become, especially as you grow these SOPs or SOGs, it can become a real nightmare for police.
I agree.
You know what I
I
mean?
agree. Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if everybody else saw my comments.
I did see
think I
that,
sent it out there.
and I agree with you. I'd rather have it as a guideline than a actual
Well, and
procedure.
again, the first page of the SOP or SOG, no matter what it is, can specifically state that if there are changes or if you have to deviate, that's okay. And here's the new SOP or SOG for that.
We always have revisions on the very front that are.
You can make
usually
revisions in
second
any.
page.
Yeah.
Add revision remarks.
You need to go somewhere else to get through something. You don't need to go write the handbook saying, no, Jake can go do that. If it's a guideline, you have the flexibility
Sure.
to move a little bit. So that was the main thing I was at.
If that's the only thing hanging us up, I think that's a simple solution.
Just rename
Don't
it
just hang us up,
SOG
just
to SOP,
my
SOG.
feeling.
Yeah. Fair enough. Kevin, can we call them SOGs?
Your call.
Okay, we'll call them
We'll just
SOGs.
have to
Yeah,
do
I'm fine with that.
We'll do a find and replace.
Anybody
of all the
wanna,
documents.
anybody wanna deviate from that? Anybody
2
rather have
seconds.
SOP? Let's go with SOG.
SOG it is.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Kevin.
I don't know if that mentions that in the resolution.
Bob has it right now, I think he's.
But
Does it-
does-
It says SOPs on here.
I would amend it as you go.
So what should I do with this?
Right to SOG.
Just change it on here then? Where did I see that?
Joe, we allowed to just type over or scribble over, or do we have to initial it?
I think when you cross
You
it
gotta
out, you
initial
cross
it.
it out,
Initial
you
it.
initial it.
If you change it to SOG, then you need to initial and date.
It says standard operating procedures, cross out procedures, right? Got it.
Guidelines.
And then it can be reprinted if you want, I think, in January.
Well, you know what? I can't see it, but it looks like it's a relatively short
Yeah.
Yeah,
resolution. Why don't you, if you want to adopt it, just read, when you read it, just substitute guidelines for procedures.
procedures.
And then whoever typed that up can maybe retype it before the final one is signed.
So do I sign this and do I do,
No, why don't you wait till it's retyped, but you can
Okay.
bring it up. You want council to vote on it, right?
Yeah, we
yeah, I'll bring it
Yeah,
up
as I said, we
under.
don't need to wait till next
business.
month.
Yeah,
No.
vote on it now.
Let's
Okay.
agree to do it, and then once they get
Do you wanna
retyped, you
read
can
that
just sign it.
one? We'll-
Kevin, you wanna fix this and then by the time we bring it up, then I'll be able
No,
to.
Finish that copy.
Got it?
We're gonna bring it up tonight,
gonna
well,
get-
tonight, then he's
Yeah.
gonna reprint it,
Yeah,
then
we
you
have to
sign
vote
it.
on it right now, right?
Yeah. That's what Jeff
Well,
said,
whenever
we
I
can-
bring it up, right?
Yeah.
Are we gonna?
Well,
Well, it's being
Whatever-
brought up right now.
whatever comes up in the relevant portion of the,
What came up with him?
I'm not sure what,
Yeah, since we're discussing it.
Okay. So when you bring it up, we'll vote.
Yeah, so we're gonna wait on the West Mayfield baseball still, right?
Yes, we're holding off for Scott.
Scott's,
Yep.
okay. So we can go to old business,
Sit at the table.
streets, bridges and lighting, Jay.
So Bill, do you want to take over that for now? You've got our list, or do you want me to go through this?
You know what, I wanted you to look at it first. If you want me to talk about paving,
Yeah.
I can, yeah, I mean,
I want to mention, as far as paving
Hang on,
goes.
that's yours.
Oh, that's mine. As far as paving goes, I know we discussed that we may be pretty short on funds this year.
yeah.
So
I think we budgeted 30,000.
yes, and then we got what, 50,000 for
Usually we
liquid
take
fuels.
50,000 out of liquid fuels.
Yes, so
And
that
we try to end up around
80,000.
100,000. Right.
I do know that in the past, we've had issues, and we're only getting one person to place a bid.
We talked about this couple of
And I
weeks
think
ago.
we can do this
Yes,
the way we're talking about paving.
I want to know, kind of here and now, basically, is it okay for us to start reaching out to these smaller contractors and start getting bids?
Yeah, I think it's,
Be your
we discussed it a few months
Yeah,
ago.
but
saying
I don't think we ever actually officially said, let's do that.
What he's asking is, if we do the formal bid online, it used to be taboo that you said, hey, Brian, I know you run a business, you know, just to let you know that we're bidding out streets. Used to be years ago, that was considered taboo. I don't know that it still is.
you can tell somebody that bids are being solicited, sure.
Yeah, and they can still be sealed bids, like it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
it has to be
Yeah,
sealed
yeah.
bid.
Yeah,
I'm not telling these people how much to bid.
Right,
I'm
right.
gonna say, hey,
You
listen,
just
West
put,
Mayfield's
what's
going
the
to
difference if,
But the point is, you can say, you can go to Whitmer Engineering and get all the information off their system to bid on it, and that's where they would bid on it at. And it doesn't matter who we talk to.
right, right.
Not saying you're gonna get the bid, but if you, just so you know, hey, I know you got the business. You wanna put a bid in, see what precise.
Just tell them where to go
Yep.
to submit the bid.
Yes.
And that will give them the instructions of how it's to be done.
So we're okay with it.
Yes, and we are gonna continue to go through Widmer on this one.
yes, that's what we have.
Well, they're the one that, because.
Well, that's what I'm
of the
wondering,
liquid
do we
fuel.
have to?
We don't have to.
So what I'm wondering is, it may be cheaper to go over the areas that we know need patch this year. To me, rather than doing an entire street somewhere, let's go attack the stuff that has been a problem or becoming a major problem and just work on small sections. So instead of doing one main road, now we're getting 10.
For $100,000, all you
fixes.
get is small section.
Well, yeah. But you know, when you do a road, you're only gonna be able to do one or two roads. Now we can do 15 maybe good patches,
Yeah.
like legit
But that's
patches.
where you're gonna need these smaller companies.
Yes.
Because the bigger companies,
But that's why I
They
don't
don't
wanna
wanna
bring
jump around.
Whitmer into it, because now I'm gonna be sending Whitmer all over West Mayfield saying, look at this section, look at this section, look at this hole, look at that hole. And now we're paying them for that. Well, now if we can.
they don't look at the hole, they just go up and do the measurements and put it on paper.
Right, but I mean, that's something that those guys are gonna do as well. Anybody that comes down to bid this is gonna say, Jake, this is how much money this is gonna cost you.
We'll have to have it marked out. A to
Yes,
B,
well, and that's what,
put your bid in for this.
I wanna
B to
get
C,
these
put your
guys
bid
in
for
here, and I can hand them a piece of paper. Anybody interested in bidding this?
that. Well, Brian and I
You
usually go
start
around
on
and
West
mark.
43rd, from this section, from this line to this line, that's what we're interested on. On Rock Avenue, this section to this section, this is what we want the bid on. And they can just go down the list and put in their prices. And then, now it'll be easy, we can pick the sections that we actually wanna do and call these guys and say, hey, listen, this is what we came up with, this is our plan, how much? And be done with it.
The only reason we primarily stayed, at least I primarily stayed with Widmer, is because of the liquid fuels part. Because if you're using liquid fuel money, you have to follow liquid fuel guidelines.
Right. Well, we're
And
still
they know
gonna,
the guidelines, I really don't know exactly, because you have to have end dates, completion dates, because I got a phone call last year, hey, you never filled out the completion report. I didn't. So I called Widmer and they told, oh, yeah, we got it, we'll send it in.
I don't feel like the guidelines are gonna be that much more difficult than what we usually do. They tell us we can't go further than 1.5 inches, or whatever it is, 1 inch, below 1.
I don't,
We
can't-
can get the
whatever it is.
guidelines and give them to
We can
whoever's
get the
bidding, right?
guidelines.
That's the thing
Yeah.
is, the guidelines is what we have to do to use liquid fuel money. We have to make sure that, it used to be, I don't think it is anymore, it used to be you had to do prevailing wage for use liquid fuel money. I don't think it is anymore. I think there's change, because they've made so many changes all the time.
Well, that's the
That's
information
why I
that we have to
stayed, that's
get.
why I stayed with Whitmer, they would charge us, what they charged us last year,
3,500?
2,500?
25 or 3,500 is
Yeah,
how much
like
they charged for
somewhere
last
there.
time.
But if that's something that we can save and that adds an extra patch, I mean, shoot.
You think
That'd
you
be
can handle it,
fantastic.
you can do it. Yeah, I know, I'm not gonna do it. I can't deal with them guys down
What guys?
PennDOT.
Oh,
Well, why do I have to deal with PennDOT?
That's who deals with liquid fuels.
Can't I
You
just
have to go through their guidelines and procedures if you use liquid fuel money.
Even on state roads?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I have the procedures, like,
you have
If
the
you still-
procedure,
if
if
you
you
use
can follow
liquid fuel
their
money,
procedures.
You've got to report to them in their system the way they want it.
so every single patch, I have to show them every single patch that we did and how we did it.
We have to show them that we did this for this, and 50% of that money was liquid fuels. So I don't know if it's.
That's what I'm
broken- I don't
wondering, if
know
I
it's
can
a
group all
patch
of
by
it in
patch.
as a whole, like, that would be nice.
If you're just gonna do spot patching and you don't use liquid fuel, then you don't have to worry about it.
And that's what I'm looking
But if
for. I'm
you
not looking
use-
to pave roads.
If you use
Yeah, but
liquid
we are gonna
fuels,
use liquid fuels. so
if
we-
you're gonna
That's
use
what
liquid
I'm-
fuels,
yeah.
you gotta go by their guidelines.
Right.
You're not gonna do much with just 30 grand patching.
You know, I don't, it's up to you, I'm just telling you what.
I don't know, that, you're
That's
making
why
it
I
sound like
stay
a
with
lot
them.
more difficult than I
It
thought
keeps
it
us
was
out
gonna
of
be.
trouble.
I thought it would be simple as just get these bids out there, tell these people, these are our guidelines, and say, make sure you don't go further than 2 inches here or there. And can't I just, call PennDOT and say, yeah, we went by your guidelines? What are they gonna do, come up here and measure it?
Yeah, I think you have to submit things in detail to them.
Yes, you.
Yeah,
it's
you
not
just can't
that
tell,
simple.
it's not,
Well, if that's the case, then we're gonna have to do that, cause we're gonna have a lot of patches. I can't provide that much detail if we're gonna do this much
That's what
patching.
I'm telling you.
Stick with the
Yeah, the
engineer
Whitmer
stuff.
stuff.
yeah, that, it's,
But now, are they gonna kill us with fees because we're gonna be,
Well, I don't know what it said, I can't remember what it was. It used to be around 2,000, I think last year was
yeah, but that was
25 or
for
free.
3 roads. Now we're gonna be doing,
I don't think it matters that much.
okay.
Because they have to come out and measure no matter what.
My objective is to try and save as much money as I can to
And I
make it
agree
go
with
as
that.
far
I
as we
agree with
can.
that.
Okay, well
If we,
then
if we
let's,
could take that 80,000 and just do it on our own without doing liquid fuels, that'd be fantastic, because if we use liquid fuels,
yeah.
I mean, now we're required to justify the spending of that money.
Yeah, there's no point in having liquid fuels if we don't use it, so,
Well, there's other places you could use it.
yeah.
But that's why we usually only use about half. How much is in total right now?
50,000.
160.
We just
Yeah,
got
Oh,
50.
yeah, 160.
Yeah, 160.
Because we usually use about 50,000 or 60,000, depending what we have, because we save some of it for salt.
Oh, yeah, yep.
You know, so that's what I'm thinking. I think it's probably do another 100,000 this year. We're gonna do a lot? No.
No,
Liquid fuels, we have 110.
But you can do 50, 60,000.
that'd be nice. I feel like we
Yeah,
could get
after
a
the
lot
30, you're at
of nice
89.
sections done with that.
Yeah, and you have, I just gave you this thing, you haven't looked over it. But what I have the ones that are bad, that I consider bad highlighted. I think there's 5 of them, there's 4 on the first page, 1 on the last.
Yep.
But they're there, I didn't do anything as far as lengths, because I wasn't sure what we were gonna do.
Oh, yeah.
I wasn't gonna spin my wheels for nothing if we're not gonna be able to get to it.
Yep. Okay.
I'm trying to find some grants. that aren't
If you wanna go through it, you want to go through and do the streets, you can. You just wanna look at the ones I marked highlighted, you can. However you wanna do it, then you and I can sit down and discuss
So
it.
if we do go through Widmer, are we gonna have to go back into that situation where everybody has to go to Widmer to bid on it?
Yes, they'll have to go through Whitmer's website and post a bid.
Okay.
You have to send out the same information. That way you're sending the same comments to every
Okay,
vendor.
that's fair. Awesome. Let's go that route. Brian and I will take a ride out this week, or not this week, it's tomorrow's Friday. Next week, Brian and I will go out and we'll start marking some stuff. Once we get everything marked up, we'll get it over to Widmer, or I'll get
Well,
it to you so you can get it to Widmer.
Whatever we're gonna do, but I'd like for you to verify what I have, because you may think it's different than what I have, you know what I mean?
No, I just, all the stuff that you have highlighted here, I think that's spot on. I didn't go through all the stuff that wasn't highlighted right now, but
And if you read them, like I have, there's sections between,
oh yeah, that's,
from this address to this street to this address. I
and
don't know that any of them, I think the only one I had down that was,
none of them are full roads.
the only one that was a full road, and I don't even know if we wanna do it, was, the bottom of Pine Street. Between Second and Third,
Yes,
that's basically a gravel road.
okay,
You know, that's on there as a bit, that's very bad.
yeah,
It's not a very
But again, there's no houses on it.
road, right?
It's just more of a turnaround type of thing. So, you know, does it have to be done?
right.
And that's why I said we need to discuss some of that stuff. Well, at least I would like to anyway. To make sure we're getting it where we want it.
Well then, why don't we all get together, me, you, and Brian, one of these days next week?
You're working, that's the problem.
Huh?
You work, that's the problem. And I work.
I'll be free on Wednesday after, I don't know.
I'm gonna be free till 4 o'clock. I work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Schedules, they're so much fun.
Yeah, scheduling around everybody.
What day are you not working?
Monday, to Friday.
All right, so
Saturday,
me,
Sunday.
Brian and I will pick Monday or Friday. We'll get a hold of you. But we're gonna have to start really looking at, you know, these little sections too.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, everybody, we wanted to do Park Road last year, you know how bad that was.
Oh yeah.
Didn't get any better over the winter, but the whole road doesn't need done.
No, just sections,
Right.
small sections. 15 foot here, 20 foot
Yeah,
there.
that was probably gonna be a little more than that, but
Yeah.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If we wanna do that, it's okay, then we can start marking and measuring. I have no idea what the price is gonna be.
I don't either.
I doubt very seriously it went down.
No, but I think if we start getting some competition moving in, these smaller guys are desperate for work.
That's what I'm hoping, that we can get to these smaller guys. I'm gonna tell you what, that year we had Newcastle Paving do the hillside over there. That was the year that we got Columbia Gas to split the cost with us. That pavement's still great.
Yeah,
I drove around, this stuff 3-4 years old.
yeah.
It's still great.
That's because they didn't go with the guidelines.
Yeah, they did.
I'm messing with you, Bill. All right.
What else you got?
I've got.
Street bridges, lighting, building and grounds.
General update. I guess that would go under new, but I'm going to put it here because we don't have anything for new.
So you told me nothing.
It's okay. It's It's my own fault. These guys are just driving around right now fixing alleyways. Did you order the slag yet? Or are you still just driving out and getting them?
I'm still hauling it, yeah.
How many you got done so far?
Pretty much all of them up here.
Okay. We're getting to them as fast as we can.
Yeah.
I've gotten a few messages about bad, alleys in bad shape. It's kind of weird because we don't know if it's going to snow again or not. Like, you just never know. It could happen. It might not. I'm hoping it doesn't. But if it does, like, the last thing we want to do is...
Do not
Take the
plow.
plow out.
We're not plowing. I'm sorry. If you got an alleyway and it snows, we're just going to have to put up with it for a couple days until it thaws. Like, the alleys are getting fixed. We're trying to get a jump on that.
I seen
Potholes
that
are
on
getting filled.
19th Street alley, that looked pretty
Or
good.
a major storm.
Mm-hmm.
And we get something major.
Is that
we're
gonna
have to-
stay?
It's
Till the
gravel,
first-
that's all
till
I
the
can
first
say.
big rain,
They're working on all the
Right.
potholes. They were down at the baseball fields. That was today, wasn't it? Smoothing that out, or was that yesterday?
I had Gerald down there today.
It's looking a lot better. It was real soft down there, so he's got that fixed up pretty good. And we'll obviously touch that up as we go. Any other good updates for him? Truck still isn't done. Other things are
Just
more
a comment for you guys. We're done with, hopefully, we're done with winter. Rainy season's coming.
And we're gonna be doing.
We need to make sure the storm basins are cleaned out.
Yep.
And not only cleared off, but cleaned out.
That's on the list of to-dos. But we really want to get the streets swept before we do that, because if you don't, then all that stuff that.
Yeah.
So as soon as we get a couple rainy days, the guys will be out there sweeping the roads off and things like that. But generally, that's what we got going
And
on.
we need
I would wait,
somewhere.
I would wait another couple of weeks to make sure we're out of the snow. I'd say by,
Before you sweep.
Yeah.
yeah, to
Yeah.
sleep, yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say after maybe the first week in April.
But they can start doing basins anytime, because they're not gonna fill up that fast, especially if you're just gonna sweep it a little bit. The other thing we need to keep on your list, just, is outfalls. We need to check those,
Okay.
outfall coverage.
Outfalls, Brian.
You should have a list of those, don't you? Still have a list?
I don't know what Jeff Ram did with it.
I'll find it, I'll get it for
It
you.
used to be back there.
Yeah, I have a listing of it, it's like 40 of them.
Okay.
We have to invest, DEP requires us to check those every year.
Yeah, I
That's
remember.
streets, bridge and lighting. You done with that one?
Yeah, streets are
Go to
done.
building and ground there.
Building and ground, so in equipment, the truck, obviously, it's not completely done yet. That's still a work in progress. The other trucks are all working good. The other equipment's working really good. The only other thing that I kind of want to bring up on this, so now that we're only using the red fuel in the tractors, the Bobcat, the skid steer, the Bobcat, and the backhoe. Do we maybe want to start thinking about getting prices on having actual road fuel brought up here to
I
potentially
thought we
save?
discussed that a while back. That they
We
said
did, but we
that-
never got a
Well, the only
an
penny's
answer on
difference.
that. No, it wasn't pennies. It was definitely cheaper.
Yeah, they even already marked the tank out there for on-road fuel.
Oh, so they're gonna fill it up once it's empty.
Yeah, I'm waiting for it to go down enough to order regular on-road fuel.
I thought we said before that there wasn't worth the hassle of doing it just to get the.
It's definitely worth, because now these guys are driving down to Sheets every day to fill up, and it's kind of a pain. It
Well,
would
the
be
sheet
kind of
would
nice
be more
to just.
expensive by far,
Yeah.
A lot more.
a lot more expensive.
What
I
do
thought,
we
I
do for
thought we
off-road
did that.
fuel though? We're
You
gonna
can
have-
run it in all the
He's
machines.
running everything.
No, I mean, shouldn't we be getting off-road fuel too?
I'm wondering if
Save
we
money.
shouldn't have them fill up, maybe get another tank for that, like a smaller tank, 250 gallon tank.
Can we
Yeah,
get
if
one
you
of
was
them
gonna do that,
plastic
but
tanks?
I wouldn't waste the time. I just run
Yeah,
everything
right.
on the same fuel and
Because we're not using much in the tractor and the skid steer. It's really not enough to like put a dent in anything.
Yeah, I know.
These trucks, I mean,
They
over the
should-
winter
they should
time,
run
you see how
on-
many receipts from
on
Sheets that I've
right?
been turning in. It's
Tractor
like
and skid
every
steer,
day.
they'll run on
Yeah.
regular.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
they all the
it's
same
the same
stuff.
thing, it just doesn't have to
Just whatever we
die.
want.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, they marked the tank.
All right, so I'm
already
letting
for
everybody
on-road
here
fuel.
on council know that we're gonna be switching the tanks over to on-road fuel to stay in compliance.
Perfect.
Yeah, keep them locked up though. I don't want to see
usually
anybody.
Well, the only way
I
we
don't want to see anybody's diesel truck back
Well,
there.
now they can shut the power off over there. So anytime they need fuel, they have to go in the building, turn the power on, and it'll be
That's
fine.
good.
And they are locked up too. We've got locks on them, so we're good there. That's all I got.
Okay, so there was something else, for some reason, we had a compressor inspection.
Bring it up a new business?
Huh?
I thought you.
All right, we'll bring it up under new then, that's fine.
Whatever, yeah, but we need to give Jake a copy of that too, because
I don't know anything about it.
Yeah, we'll
I
bring it
guess
up.
he's on buildings and grounds,
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll bring, that's why I was bringing it up now. Okay, yeah, we'll do it under new.
All right.
All right, fire and police, Ryan?
Nothing under new or old, sorry.
We did get a report, right? Is that what this is?
Is that under old?
It's under,
That should be under new.
It's underneath.
Okay,
Yeah, he just got that. Under
Yes,
old
sir.
business for fire and police.
nothing. Sewers and
I have a
sand.
question on it.
Oh,
We, last year, this committee made up that big thing where we had like 20, 30 things that we agreed that we were going to go after. Create committees and subcommittees and all. I can't remember what all was in it. We agreed that we even voted to do that. You know, so are we going to do that?
is that pretty much what you're working on now, or?
That's actually one of our projects, yeah, to work on that, because some of those,
Because Ryan needs to be involved with that,
sure,
as the head of that.
sure, yeah, that's a project we're gonna take up shortly and then approach you guys with, and, because some of those 36 recommendations, some got actually moved because of changing the fire service, but there are a lot of others that we take a look at, so, yeah, it's on our.
Well, that's
citizens
what I'm
advisory
asking
work.
for, because this goes back to the handbook thing. We're saying, and like Kathy said, we say we're gonna do this stuff, but it never seems to happen.
It's on our radar.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, sewers and sanitation, Bill.
For old business, I have talked with True Plumbing. They're trying to catch up from their winter projects that they had, because they couldn't do anything because the ground was so frozen. There's a lot of stuff they had backed up. We are still on the schedule to get that alleyway done. We're gonna dig it up, put all that new line in.
Which one's that?
That was,
Is that Craig?
Craig Alley, 500 some feet. We approved it last year. Remember, we said we can just go ahead and put it in there for this year and it'll be fine. So I'm working with them, and he's gonna let me know as soon as, you know, they get caught up enough that they can do that. And that will be done, and we're getting it done really cheap.
That's great.
Is that the Craig Street where the water keeps coming down on?
No,
No.
across the road, Craig Alley.
Okay.
We have a house out there that runs behind the foundry and all that.
Yep.
And there's a house all the way out the end, 500 feet. And every year we're there, I'm plugging it for trees and roots, and we did some camera, couldn't even get the camera back through there, only got so far. So, we agreed all to do that.
Yep.
So I'll just let you know where that stands. It's not, fell off my radar, it's still there. Other than that, for
What's this?
Jake, when did we do the one on 37th Street at the mayor's house? Wasn't that the end of December? I have to
You know
work
what?
on my book in
It's
December.
time stamped. Hold on.
yeah, 'cause you posted on.
You posted it like somewhere in early January, but I thought that happened in
Yes,
December.
I think it's January.
For some reason, I had it in my records as December, and he said, no, it's January. I said, why would I mark it December then? I thought it was right before the end of the year.
Friday, January 3rd.
That was the actual date.
First part of January, yeah.
That was the day I took the pictures.
I'll change my
That's when you
thing,
put it up on the concerned citizens.
because I've got my files, I track every time I have an issue.
Okay.
For some reason, I had it for December, and then I was trying to update 2025. I didn't do anything yet, did we? You don't know any other thing we did in sewers and sanitation for this year, right?
What happened with, did Ray Evans get paid? Does anybody know?
Did he ever
He has
send you a
not
bill?
submitted a bill yet.
I told him, I saw him. in
And
front
I
of him,
stopped
submitted a
him
bill.
last week too. And I said, hey, did you get paid yet? He goes, no, I didn't send in a bill. I said, well,
Well, he's telling me he's got bills from years ago he hasn't submitted.
He does. He waits at least a year to usually to send out bills.
I did send
that's-
that
should be a statute.
note to Duquesne Light that happened, that they have a bill, I forget what it was, $200-300.
Like 4 years.
I've not heard a word back from them. I don't think they're gonna
Still got a
cover it.
ways to go.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens. All right, is that it?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Finance and litigation, Jason.
Nothing right now. Waiting on some grants to open up.
Ordinance.
does anybody out there want to be on ordinance?
No, we are, oh.
We can
I'm
have
just
it.
trying to
Jeff.
draft some people, yeah.
We need to graph through here.
Yeah,
I guess I'll bring this up under new, right? There,
Yeah, you have it under there. You're good.
Okay.
all right, so we have nothing then.
Parks and Recreation. Cool. Baseball guys are up. So I just want to let everybody know that I have been working with the CAC and the baseball, West Mayfield Youth Baseball Association or West Mayfield Youth Baseball, whatever. West Mayfield Youth Baseball. Lots of meetings have been going on. Doing stuff individually with them, doing stuff individually with Citizens Advisory Committee, and then somehow I was able to get everybody together, and we're a big happy family now. Everybody's working together. It is working pretty nice. Scott and I are going to sit down with his team after speaking with Kevin. Kevin's kind of give us his crew has given us a really nice little outline of what they expect council to do with this stuff. So we're going to sit down and kind of fill in the blanks. We have to work together on this because I can't just dictate to him, this is what I want done. And then he's going to say, Jake, I can't do all of these things. And then I got to change it and back and forth. We're not doing that no more. So we're going to work together with the citizens. They're working with the borough and the borough's working with them. So yeah, Scott, what you got for us?
So my name's Scott McGee.
Address.
What's that?
Address.
126 Krebs Lane, Beaver Falls, PA, formerly of 3502 West 3rd Avenue in West Mayfield. Registration is done. We have 53 kids signed up, which is the most that we've had in probably 10 years.
That's awesome.
Okay. We have at least 2 or 3 T-ball teams that we're gonna have, which we're hoping is our feeder program in the farm. We have 1 farm league team of 14, and for the first time, and I've only been back here for 4 years. So for the first time since I've been around, we had to have a draft for minor leagues. We have 2 minor league teams.
It's fantastic.
It's really fun, really neat. It's also tough, because there's kids that have played for me for the last 4 years that I'm not going to get the chance to coach them, and it's hard, because you want to continue with their progression, but they're in good hands. As far as I had my first practice last night. I texted Jake. I said, "Is it okay? If the weather's nice." If the field was a little soft, we didn't do much on the field, but we did as much as we could in the outfield. If the weather's nice, we're gonna try and do it. We have been working out. Unlike some of the other organizations within the community, we've had winter workouts going since beginning of January. And yes, we can't afford that because we aren't as large. But we also have a facility that we're using that is of no cost to us. And it's, a resident within the community who affords us that. And it's fantastic. So these kids have been working, we've been building. We're looking forward to getting outside and finally doing some actual, baseball stuff. As far as the timeline of everything, and what we plan on doing in the next couple of weeks, I really do look forward to getting this agreement. I think there should be one with the borough. We all do. There should be an expectation, and I will be the first one to tell you that in the last 3-4 years last 3 years, I can tell you that I've really had a prominent role in it. And just so you know, I grew up, I started at 7, and my dad coached, he did all this stuff, went all through farm, back then it was just farm, little league, and pony league. I did it all. I aged out, and then didn't go to Blackhawk until I was in high school. Kip Ryle, who I'm sure you are all familiar with, when my son turned 6 years old, he called me up and he said, would you want to coach a team? Would you want to bring your son down and coach a team? Because at that time, they had 1 team at Little League, and those kids were aging out. because we can't have Pony League currently. Next year that may change with how our league has
Yeah.
changed. And
Hopefully it grows,
I can go over that if you guys would like. But there wasn't the numbers, there wasn't the kids. And it's not, it's just that we've built something with the group. Andrea here, she came down the same fall season as us. And we've just been able to build from there. You know, I mean, this past fall, just to give everyone an example, this past fall, we had, T-ball, farm, and minor. Okay, so a year prior to that. So let's go back, fall of 2023, my son's playing in Rochester because we couldn't get we couldn't field a team. Okay? So we're hoping that we're just building.
Yep.
Okay? To give an update on that Pony League experience, we added teams from Hopewell, Southside, and Ambridge this year. So we're up, we have 23 teams in my son's division. I think we have 26 in the Farm League division. We're at the point now where with what we brought on, that we may be able to challenge the other league to get Pony League. And just so everyone is aware, the other league does not allow, they have a one town, one team rule. So because Blackhawk is the dominant, Beba is the dominant, that's where the kids have to go. So we're hoping that doesn't happen. Okay. The season is up in the air right now. It's supposed to start April 20th, 21st. I think it's a Monday or Tuesday, right after Easter. There's actually an emergency meeting from the board of the league set for tomorrow to determine, based off what the coaches decide, what they want to do as far as, because there's too many teams. There's a lot of teams. I'm trying to cram a 10, 12 game schedule and still have everything done. Their plan is to have everything done by the 4th of July. Okay, so then our regular season then would most likely end sometime like the first, second week of June. So then you're getting into playoffs. Now they're just trying to decide if it's double elimination, single elimination. They want to get through it before the 4th of July.
Perfect.
Before it gets into the tournament season. Okay. So that will be determined tomorrow, hopefully. As far as some of the other stuff, we had planned on redoing each of the fields, one field at a time every year. Right now that's kind of been on hold with what's been going on. But we have every intention of buying new drags. Matt is ordering new job boxes to put behind the dugout so the bases aren't always set out. It's just trying to maintain everything, to keep everything in there. Stuff that you can easily maintain fields with, like rakes and stuff, are going to be readily available. To be down there, right there, ready for anyone. Jerseys have been ordered, hats have been ordered. We have
Field day.
oh, that's right. Field day has been scheduled for March 29th. By all means. We started a little bit yesterday because we were outside, so a lot of the guys were out there picking up sticks, and that's the biggest thing with that field 2, that tree there, picking up sticks. But we'll do all of the signs. Like this year, we were able to obtain 14 new sponsors. Okay, and some of the things that we're doing to try and increase our budget, which will allow us to do more things down there, not only for the fields and in there, but for the kids. We have sponsorships for the concession stand. True Plumbing down here in West Mayfield, one of our own businesses. It's gonna be the True Plumbing concession stand. Okay? We have field sponsors, we have team sponsors. I can't remember the last time when I grew up, it was in the Corner Tavern, Vets Club, that's what we played for, right? So now we have team sponsors. We got the Vets sponsoring T-ball. We have Katie's Corner and
Bethany DeLuca.
Bethany DeLuca. State Farm is doing the minor league program, and then there's a company called Harper and Hodge. They're doing the farm league program. So they're going to be on the jerseys. We're going to have ceremonies down there with them. We've already planned on, when I ordered the jerseys, I ordered them jerseys. We're going to get them glass cases so that they can post them, put them in their buildings. There's a lot going on, and we're moving in a direction where it hasn't been for several years, and I'm extremely proud of this group. There's so many more here, but there's a lot of work left to do, and it's ongoing. And I'll be the first one to tell you guys that we've dropped the ball. With especially the in-between playoffs, in between when the season ends in our tournament, right? And those fields have kind of sometimes gone overgrown. And I'll be the first to tell you that it's my wife and I a lot of the times that are down here scraping those fields to get them ready for that tournament. And it shouldn't be like that. And I apologize. I grew up here. I love those fields. I lived here.
Yep.
All right. We want to make it better. We want to make it a better place. We put those cages up last year. It cost a little bit more than $11,500 for us to put them up, and we want to just continue to do things like that to make the place a little bit more attractive.
Sure.
We have we have a live document of scheduling that we can provide to Jake or whomever's going to be the Parks and Recs person, so that if the borough council wants to, do anything with it and try it out, by all means, let's work together. I think that should be something that's in our agreement, that if we're going to do something and rent it out, essentially it's our equipment that's in the things that's going to need to be used to maintain it. There's something simple that we can just easily do that, so that we can monetize. I don't know if there's really.
Oh, when we talked, we talked about painting the dugouts and concession stands. So I just picked up a few samples, just like the West Mayfield. We haven't decided, but like this color scheme, right? The West Mayfield red and gray, right? So that's what we were going at for. Yeah. So when we decide on the exact color, we're happy to send it to you, but we just wanted to give you an idea, obviously to match our team. If you guys would be okay with that, as we're
not a
moving
problem.
forward. Okay.
Sure that?
Yeah.
All the David did just paint theirs green, and Rochester painted theirs their navy blue, and it just looks really good.
Sure.
So
Yep, we need some team spirit down there.
Yeah.
Listen, as we build, as we grow, there's there's more that we can do, right? And there's more that we, are way more than willing to do.
Yep.
No offense, but 3-4 years ago, I was doing coaching, registration, fundraising. And we didn't see growth until I actually said, help.
Now you have
right?
a team.
Okay? So, and this is the growth.
Yep.
It's the people sitting here and listen, I love this place. My mom and dad still live down there. They still come to the games. And we just want, I want to give the kids the same experience I had. That's all. So I have no more.
That's good. We appreciate that.
Thanks for all your hard work, and appreciate you guys working with us.
Yeah, it's great.
That brings me to my next thing. He brought up the dugouts down there. I still have not heard anything about, going to court over the vandalism down there. If anything changes, I'll update you guys. They did suggest that they may be, fixing that before that this all goes down, because if we don't have the money for it, like if we don't get paid for it, I said just, if we do get paid, I'll just take the money that I get from that and reimburse their organization for that.
I think it would probably be a good idea to post, get with Kevin and post when your tournaments,
Oh, I'm sorry.
anything like that goes on, so Kevin can put it on our website, so that doesn't conflict, like whenever we start.
We've already
with
gone
the-
over
with
all
the
this.
shelters?
That's something we're
Okay,
working on,
all
yeah.
right.
The tournament is July 18th through the 20th. Just so everyone knows, we have one tournament this year. Hopefully, we will build and we will add, and like we said, in this partnership, we anticipate having some kind of representative here every week, at least during the season.
Yep.
And then all of our minutes and everything is going to be shared with Jake, or whomever is that parks person.
I like how you keep saying that.
Everybody keeps looking at you, so.
I want to keep saying
official.
Jake.
Well, now that Jake's daughter is a part of our
Yeah.
T-ball program,
We're trying to get on the road.
All right, so that should be it for baseball. Down.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I was gonna talk about this handbook thing, so,
SOGs.
yeah, the SOGs.
There it goes.
So we need to vote on that. Well, so I'm gonna need a,
I'll make the
we'll
motion.
need a motion and, you got, okay. All in favor? Opposed? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead with that. Kevin will rewrite that, get it to our solicitor and me and our secretary. We'll all sign that when it's all ready. Is that all I have? Yeah, so that's it.
And this goes beyond SOGs, just so everyone knows, like, if you guys have the chance to come to one of their meetings, I suggest do that. They've got people that are willing to help write grants,
I know, I was right there.
yeah, walk, do all kinds of different stuff with us, and I think it's gonna be very beneficial for this council.
I don't understand.
It's too technical for it.
All right, Solicitor Joe, you don't have anything?
For old business, actually, just one little matter. Remember last month you brought up the fire insurance escrow?
Yes.
I did a draft of that, just sent it to Jenna today. If she hasn't sent it already, she will send it to everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and advertise it. the only thing that threw me off, I thought, Jenna, who's the treasurer? I am, Joe. Okay. because some of the other ones I was looking at, if you have a borough manager, you can have the borough manager do it. But I think Jenna will be fine, and I'll help her. Hopefully this happens too often, because it only kicks into effect when somebody has a fire loss, a major fire loss. But I'll advertise it for next month, and then hopefully we'll have a couple more councilmen here too, who can consider that, okay?
Okay, good.
Okay.
Mayor,
Yeah,
anything under old?
no, I have new stuff.
Okay,
Thank you.
let's go to new business then.
New business.
Jake, streets, bridges,
Nothing.
okay. How about for buildings?
A 60 by 80 building would be nice.
Not sure.
Oh. Yeah, no, I got nothing for here.
What did I do? Did I give you that?
Buildings and grounds, what about your inspection?
What
Oh, that inspection.
Oh,
there it
yeah,
is.
okay, never mind. I do have something. I have an inspection short form sent from Travelers. Basically, they want to come in here and take a
They
look.
They did. This is all done.
Basically, they've already came in
Did
here.
I tell you?
And
What happened?
Let's let the mayor talk about this since she was there.
All right, this man showed up Monday. He called Bill Sepp. Okay. We didn't
He
know.
was probably the one that was here the last time they.
Right, 3 or
I
4
never
years
knew they
ago.
did that.
There
Yeah,
was,
we do a couple other things. back
you have compressors back there?
Yeah.
I knew nothing. Brian was gone. Gerald was here, who's
Okay.
not here now. But he knew of one. He said he would go do this. I called your dad.
I was 1,000 miles away.
he in turn just listened to what this man was explaining to him. So he went ahead and did it. He was in our area.
Okay.
Okay, so that's what he did. We passed. He's going to send the report from the
Bill.
state. Will come in the long mail, hard mail. He'll email
To Bill
whatever
Sepp?
needs to be emailed. I'll
Will
send
you
that.
send it to Bill Sepp?
No, he has my information. And he will change it to West Mayfield Borough, not West Mayfield Township. He has to change that.
So
Okay?
we're all good. Everything's inspected.
Yes. I didn't know
Awesome.
who was on buildings and grounds.
Did he do the lift?
What's the lift?
No, he doesn't.
Truck
do
lift.
No, that's a
Here's the
separate
other.
entity.
Well, I didn't know if it was because it's considered equipment.
He only
That
came
would
to
be,
do
that would be
two
an actual
compressors.
lift company. This guy was from well, I guess this guy-
travelers. And that's
Yeah,
another thing.
There was
I had
only
no
one guy
idea.
came around to check the air.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a guy that does the lift, and then we have another guy that comes and does fire extinguishers.
Are these all, are there all different insurances that do different things for different tours you have back there?
Different inspectors that work for the same insurance company probably.
That's what I was asking if it was all
Different
one.
divisions within
I mean,
the
is
same
that who,
Yeah.
we have Travelers? Is that who our insurance company is?
No.
I didn't think
Jenna
so.
said,
It's Amera. I can see the paper, I just can't read the name. Amera.
It just seems weird that they come from Travelers.
Excuse
Right.
me. I asked him why he was here, and he actually works under our regular insurance. They send,
Our regular insurance.
yeah.
So he was a subcontractor.
They send.
Sub to the sub.
Except for me.
I didn't know that.
You were here.
Okay.
okay,
Well,
so,
that's done anyways.
okay, and you're good. He has your copy?
Yes,
Then I don't have to make another copy, good.
I don't need that.
Okay, and you can certainly use a copier in this building.
We're gonna look into it and fix it. We'll
You
see if we
should
get this
bring
one
that
working.
up.
Okay.
Okay.
Fire and police, Ryan.
For the month of February, they had 10 fire calls, 1 structural, 1 gas leak, had a carbon monoxide incident, 6 medical calls, and 1 motor vehicle accident. No losses, property or life, which is always great. And they had a total of 435 training hours. So that's from hands-on to classroom. And on the training report, Captain Crawford made a mistake. It was January. It's actually supposed to be February. I already asked him about it and checked, but it's for the month of February on the training report. And that's it.
And you weren't here last month because you were on that training, right, for the
So he was
burn?
down digging a hole.
I was down on Patterson Avenue,
Oh,
Fixing
okay.
water lines.
fixing water main.
Oh, okay.
Digging a hole.
Was that, okay.
That's something I want to talk to you about.
I was supposed to go to there and then it ended up working.
All right, thanks. Let's see.
Right.
Sewers and sanitation, Bill.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything new under sewers and sanitation. Unless we're gonna try to do, if we get some of that money back that we're supposed to get from Aqua. I don't know, Joe, do you have any idea on what's happening with that?
Nothing's gonna happen at the very earliest July.
Okay, 'cause, you know, we don't have any money to do anything, because
Right.
we're gonna plan on doing, at least 1 block of relining every year. We haven't done it in the last 2. So I didn't know how that was coming. I knew we couldn't do anything unless we got money from that. Also, I think that had paving in it, but while I'm there, Jake, when he said that down there, we're digging the hole, did you guys look at that tunnel?
Yes.
See if it's plugged?
It is not plugged. Gerald took a video of it. Well, I made him take a video the whole way through it. It's beautiful inside of
Not the
there.
one at the vet club, the one down there where them guys dug it.
That's definitely,
Yeah, that's already fixed.
okay.
Cool.
Yeah, and it's going to be an ongoing thing. Like it's going to continue to happen until the ground finally firms
That's
up.
what was mentioned to me again about it being.
Yep.
I advised them, and said, I don't know when they did it last night.
Yeah, no.
Because with
Anytime
rain
you
coming,
guys see something happen, if you can tidy it up. I don't want to have to keep calling these guys every time to have to drag all their
That's what I
equipment
say,
out.
because you know we got storms coming and it's gonna
I
get
know,
rainy and wet.
it's gonna get worse.
Are you talking about the street or are you talking about the culvert under there? He's talking about the
I'm
culvert.
talking about the culvert under the road.
Oh, no. No. I don't think we
Because if
did.
it's plugged up, because that's what I was told, that it was pretty much solid.
The culvert right below Terry Eccles' house. Send Gerald through that one too. Send me a video. If it is plugged up, get it cleaned out.
So we get a couple of good downpours, that's gonna just explain.
ASAP.
How you wanna explain that?
Well, you know how we normally go down there and we scoop the front of it out?
Yeah.
That usually is enough to do it. And if not, then
Depends what you
we
got
might
in
do
there.
something
Let's
to
see what you
tractor
got
trailer
first.
tires.
Okay, yeah, that ain't no problem. Like
Yeah, that's
maybe
a-
we'll get
I don't-
nothing in there.
When I looked in there, there was a bunch of trash and debris in there, so,
Yeah, it usually has a bunch
Oh,
of random
yeah.
stuff in it.
yeah, absolutely.
But again, worst case scenario, send a tractor trailer tire through it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's fun to
yeah,
watch.
that's an idea, yeah.
All right,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Finance litigation, Jason.
As we just noticed, we had the toner brought in today. We might want to start looking into updating our other equipment,
Such as.
the copier, printer.
And that copier's back here, a piece of crap.
Excuse me, there's a new laser copier that was put here 2 years ago,
The one on the desk?
at 217.
Yeah, we got that thing working yet.
What do you mean?
It worked just fine.
We were printing on it before.
Is it-
Yeah,
I've used
that,
it.
the
I've
one
only
that's
seen
sitting
the
on
old,
it, it
the old
works.
one back there.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
the
old one,
copier as
the
well.
new HP
Yeah.
that the 17 cartridge goes
But
into.
the
Okay, so
other
we got the
copiers
new
that are in the back are junk.
You know, let's
Yeah.
get rid of the crap that
Yeah,
we're not
let's get
using.
rid of
now.
whatever's not any good, get it gone.
Where do you take that?
The only
kind of
thing we're
stuff to?
using it for now is copying. I don't know if anybody else is going back in the office, but I'm not
The
using
laser
that
one does
computer
copy,
Well,
anymore.
we used to print on it, but now
Yeah.
instead of printing out timesheets and stuff anymore.
Yeah.
You know what?
Probably isn't much there.
Get rid of the other one that's, no, keep the new one that you put here 2 years ago. Get rid of that other one.
The one that's on the desk itself.
Is it on the desk or is it
Yeah,
on
the
that
There's one
table?
on the desk and there's one over on the side desk.
The one that's up against that back wall. That
Well, those
doesn't
are two
work.
copiers back there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they don't work, get rid of them.
I think we need to scrap both of those.
The dinosaur copiers
Yeah.
that are the
Yeah.
freestanding,
Yeah.
But there's a printer copier right beside the computer, and on the other desk over here, there's another printer copier, which we're basically using. I don't know, are we using that other one at all?
The inkjet.
The inkjet, certain things, when I print the POs out, they go to that printer. When I print the guy's timeout, it goes to the other printer.
Well, you can sort direct them all.
But we're not doing that anymore, so we have ADP.
Well, you're still printing out POs and stuff, right?
No, I do it all on my computer and it goes right into the Google Drives and then she has it.
Aren't you something? Good for you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm proud.
What?
That's it.
Double drive?
Google Drive
Right?
and Google
Okay.
Excel.
All right, is that it?
We're gonna get rid of those copies.
Nothing under ordinance from Jeff that's not here, so Jake,
Hi.
Parks and Rec.
Parks and Recreation.
Hello, I'm here.
Nice.
I don't have anything, but I don't know that am I the boss of Parks and Recreation now? Like, are we fixing that situation?
Oh,
Or?
wait.
Seats.
That ain't even supposed to be you.
No, it's supposed to be Janet.
Yeah,
just drew
okay,
Jake's name
well,
so
let's
someone
just
thinks
skip to
on
me since these guys ain't here. That's what I was bringing up, was a resignation. I've got, from Janet, no, that's Jeff. Please accept this letter as formal notification of my resignation from my position as a member on council as of March 13th, 25. Jeffrey Seibert will be done. I have appreciated the opportunity to serve our community on the council. Thank you, Jeff Seibert. And I got a council. I will be resigning from my seat on council as of February 25th, 25 due to health issues that I need to address. I will return all my belongings to Secretary Treasurer Jenna White. Thank you. Janet Helbig. So, we've got work to do.
You need the motion and accept those?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I need a motion to accept 2 resignations. Can I do it that way?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you got the motion to accept those?
I'll make the motion.
I'll
I'll
second.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we
And it's,
accept.
and it's important that the date of acceptance, because it's not the date of when they gave you the letter,
Right.
because you have to accept it formally that starts the clock running. So you're supposed to have 30 days from the date of acceptance of the resignation to fill the spots. So they have to like the
Oh,
next
gotcha.
meeting, yeah.
So we're at the next
And-
council meeting.
So, we need people to fill spots.
Yes,
I've been talking to a lot of people about it.
I've talked to a few too.
Candace, friends down at the corner tavern, she said she'd be happy to help out. But her problem is she works Thursday nights are one of her big nights.
She works doubles on Thursdays.
Okay. So that brings up another thing. Are we able to switch nights? Or what do we do in this case? I mean,
Not Fridays.
no, not Fridays.
Definitely not Tuesdays.
Not Tuesdays, so Wednesday or Monday. We've been doing it for Thursday for so long, and I don't know if anybody would have a problem with doing that just to get other people in.
We gotta remember, that's one person, you need two.
I know.
And so you have to see what
What's the other person gonna have?
Does anybody else have anybody that's interested? There's a couple other people I need to talk to that other people said might be interested.
Yes, I heard a couple might be interested.
So,
Previous.
Got something we could put out, Kevin, on the web, say we're looking for?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that'd be a good thing to do.
You should, yeah.
As long as it meets with permits, yeah.
I mean, because Bill's dropping out at the end of the year, so we got, that's another seat.
That's an election.
I understand that, that's another seat we're gonna need to
Well, it
fill.
would depend. I mean,
That'll
I
be
guess it's possible. If
voting.
nobody puts a nominating petition in for his spot, then you would have a problem. But I'm assuming
Well, yeah.
somebody would.
That's what I'm assuming, that somebody would run for an election. Position.
So
You know what
want,
assumptions are.
do you want letters of intent to go to Jenna?
Yes.
Okay.
You got all the good stuff, Jenna.
Give these back.
Take it all.
I just knew if I didn't throw you under the bus.
We
you
need
would've-
to say anything about the process of putting in the letter of intent in?
No, just that, just that anybody who's interested in having their name considered should send something in writing
That's a letter of intent.
to Jenna, indicating that they are a resident and a registered elector in the borough. Gotta be registered to vote. Okay.
Is there anybody here,
It has to be
citizens
within the
that might be
borough,
interested in
within
a
a
seat,
year. It has to
anybody
be
back in the
within at least a
corner?
year.
Yeah. You guys are always here anyway.
No, it won't be long.
Was that a nod, was that a,
I'll be in the cheap seat.
we have a seat available for you.
Bob blinked twice, that means it's a yes.
It looks like he's nodding, but yes, back there, so. All right,
All right,
I think you'll get some
Come
people.
join the happy family.
I hope so.
I'm trying. I talked to a lot of people and everybody's too busy. Everybody wants to commit. So, all right, anyways, we'll move on. Joe?
No, the only thing I was gonna bring up about, I knew the resignations, we covered that already.
Mayor? I know you've got some stuff to talk about.
Yes, I do. Okay,
I see tons of them.
I want to bring up the Easter egg hunt that we're working on. That's going to be the 12th with the reindeer.
That isn't for us?
What?
That isn't for us?
No,
I'll have to bring it back.
no. Well, flyers going out. If anyone wants to make any candy or monetary donations, you can get them over to us or to me. Anyone, even out here that's working on getting anything out. It'll
I
be in
did
the
pick up
park.
4,000 pieces of candy today.
That's great.
Is it heavy?
It was.
Almost made it
Okay.
home.
Earth Day cleanup will be after Easter. It's always on a Tuesday, but everyone celebrates that. Schools and stuff, they do it through the week. We'll be doing it the Saturday after Easter. I think that's when it is.
I think I'm away again. I think you're away again. After Easter.
Yeah, we're in Florida.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay.
Yeah, we're Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah.
But I'll take care of my hillside.
Yes, you got
I'll
a
take care of
garbage
that.
can there.
I see that. That'll make life easier for me,
Is that your neighbor Amy?
I would imagine.
And that big inner tube that's been there all winter
That,
finally
yeah,
lost
that was theirs too, but it made it to the bottom, so
Yes,
I'll be
I
able
saw.
to, I'll get that mess all cleaned up.
Okay. Okay, I've had a couple calls. This might be from Eli or Bill, you might be able to answer this. I know emergency management, I know you guys, you gentlemen, go to the meetings. There is something everybody gets in their mail from emergency management every year. They want you to fill stuff out and send it back. A lot of people do read these, and they do fill them out and send them back. But, I think some people are concerned about this area, or West Mayfield, or even Beaver County. What's in there is something about if there is an emergency, is this area supposed to go somewhere in Mohawk?
Let me get that.
Go ahead, Eli.
You wanna answer, or you want me to
Can
answer?
you tell me because,
Sure. The nuclear power plant
yes,
has a 10-mile ring.
correct.
The 10-mile ring is not West Mayfield. It ends at Chippewa, Patterson Heights.
Okay. Chippewa, Patterson, and
Patterson Heights, that 10-mile radius.
We're outside
If
the site.
there is an evacuation that's called,
Correct.
people that are within that 10-mile radius,
Which is not West Mayfield.
right, we're like at 11 miles.
Okay,
They are directed to get out. Their meetup place, they have points if you are unable to leave on your own accord.
right.
They have certain pickup points where they will go and pick you up and take you to Mohawk.
So that is for Chippewa,
Inside the 10-mile
inside the
radius.
10 mile.
Right.
Okay.
Yes, everybody that's like, from there down to the power plant,
Okay,
their evacuation point is to Mohawk. People in Aliquippa evacuate to
south.
Washington,
Yeah, they get out
Okay.
walking.
and they go to other places.
Okay,
We're not pre-planned to evacuate.
okay. Maybe the calls, because they say, you're the mayor, you should know this. And I said, well,
Yeah.
I don't know really if they're not reading the 10 mile or they think they're near the 10 mile.
Right.
Okay, that's, and
If,
these are older people that get into their, their clutches and their
right. There-
church ladies and,
there is a card that's sent to every household.
correct,
If you need any type of assistance, that's what that card is for. If you need any
Right.
type of assistance,
right,
fill that out.
right,
I get it.
right,
If you fill it out and don't send it in,
correct.
yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah, and we keep that on file. We
Yeah.
have records
Right,
from way back.
from when, right,
But-
because they've been sending these
We
forever.
only respond, we don't only look at the current events because I don't know if these people are still even here that are on some of the old folk stuff.
Had a train wreck and there was
Right.
an explosion.
Correct, okay. All right,
That's
so
only-
I will explain that to some of these.
That card is literally designed and directed based on the nuclear power plant.
Okay,
Has no other hazards related to it. It's
Right.
Beaver Valley Nuclear Power Station, federal requirement, 10-mile zone.
okay,
I don't know if it's just exclusively that 10 mile zone because we can utilize it for storms and stuff that we have in the past. How many times-
The response cards, yeah.
Yeah.
But that card, that brochure that goes out, goes
Brochure.
out because 10 miles of the power station.
okay. All right. Okay, I know I'm gonna get more questions from these ladies. And say, well, who made this 10 mile?
Direct it to me.
Yeah,
That's
so
why
say,
my
Good.
Ray, Eli,
that's why
or
my name should be on the website.
Okay, and is his number on the website?
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Is there an ordinance or a law? And I'm just asking because of these ladies. I'm the mayor. They want me to take care of this. After an election, isn't there something that you're supposed to remove election signs? Okay, I know in my past, as people have always put stuff in my yard, they've come the next day and removed everything.
That's the.
Okay, that's
I think there is a law, isn't there, Joe?
I think that's probably a county thing though.
Well, it can vary by ordinance too, but, if you have an ordinance, I don't know whether you do or not off the top of my head.
Okay.
We do have something that has about small signs that have to get removed,
Yeah.
like you can have them for so long.
Right,
There's something in there.
yeah.
Okay,
Most places will have an ordinance.
right.
That like within, not next day necessarily, because that's. pretty
No, but
fast.
I think the proper thing,
Like within 10 days after the election. Or something like
okay,
that.
there was always something proper because they go, okay, well, there's just a lot
There's
of
still a lot of
signs
signs out there.
out
Not
there.
only here, but everywhere.
Right,
true.
but I'm talking about West Makefield, and some people are bothered. I haven't said anything, I'm just getting the calls. Could you please check? I'm
And
sorry.
I mean, I'll be honest with you, if it was in my yard and it was bothering me, that thing would be in a dumpster. I mean,
Okay, well, it's not bothering you.
it's not you, it might be bothering your neighbor.
right, well,
Okay.
and if it's bothering them, then they should come over and say, hey, do you need that
people are
gone? I
gonna
mean,
be
why
afraid.
be so,
Because people won't do that.
People
Political
want to
sign in
complain.
particular,
yeah.
you know what I mean, so check and see, call
But
me
by
or
the same
email me,
token,
see
if
what
it
Okay.
just mentions a candidate's name and not, please vote for her or anything.
Yeah, somebody might be having a problem with a Trump sign
Yes,
or a Harris.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's actual flags that say
Right.
Trump.
Right.
That's not a that's not a
sign, that's
voting
not,
sign.
no. You can
And that
have-
might be what somebody's having a problem with. It might be a liberal
Exactly.
having a problem with the Trump sign across the street.
Right, or it
The
might
Trump
be a
flag.
Trump person having something wrong with the Harris sign, right?
Exactly. That's probably what
Might
it
be,
is.
yes. Yes. Smart.
If I was
Yes.
related, then I'm not putting sign
I'm
on.
not taking that from you.
Okay, is there anything else?
Anything else?
Earth Day.
Oh, no, did I say everything?
I don't know.
Yeah, you talked about Earth Day is gonna be after Easter, huh? Easter eggs.
Did you? Yeah, you did say Earth Day. That's right.
No, and I wanna tell them they can call him, good. And I have no bills to turn in, and I spent no money over $100 to the borough. Good, I'm good.
Okay.
But
That's,
have you
Police and
spent
fire. Do
money?
you guys have anything?
Have you spent money?
not yet,
Okay.
You all
I was just
good?
saying, even if you had thought on the hundred, submitting bills.
no bills.
So Brian mentioned to me that Tank Alley's looking pretty rough. I mean, it might as well be a gravel road at this point. Does anyone have any objections with them guys milling that off and then just kind of smoothing it out? That's what it needs.
That's what you say.
By the tank. By the water tank.
Oh, okay.
It was paved at one point in time, and that was probably, I don't know, 80
I don't
years
know if it was
ago.
painted, it probably tar and chipped.
It could have been tar. I don't know.
We tar and chipped a lot of alleys back in the
Yeah,
VW days.
our alley used to get tar
Yeah.
chipped every
Well,
other year.
either way, it's a problem. We got to get rid of it. Another problem that we have is I think it's Mr. Hoag's house, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Hoag has a downspout that's dumping out onto the road, and I know we've got a couple complaints about ice forming down there. I don't know, Tank Alley. As soon as you pass the tank on the left-hand side, I think it's the first house.
I don't know that you could do anything about that. If it's coming out of
Yeah, but if it's
pipe.
causing a hazard for a road, that
Yeah, you
Well,
can't.
water
if-
runs downhill.
Yeah,
That's-
but if you have a property owner, this isn't just for public property, for even two private property owners side by side. If you redirect the natural flow of water to the point where you're causing damage or possible injury to the adjoining property owner, you could be held responsible for that.
But,
So, go ahead.
so if you have a house here and your water's coming out of your downspout that way, you can't dump it on your neighbors. And if it's going uphill that way and it comes out on the street that way, I mean, what do you?
I mean, you kinda lost me there.
Yeah, he went too many ways.
Too many ways.
Get a barrel. Start storing
Yeah,
it.
but, I mean, I'm not saying that there'd be an easy fix for it, but if somebody has their runoff, their stormwater runoff from their property going onto public property, causing freezing and a possible problem,
it's a
they
problem.
could be told that they need to change that.
I don't know where you got there.
Where do you redirect it to? If you have a hillside here,
You gotta do
and then
police
you have a
turn
hillside going that way to your neighbors, and
His water's got to go.
the water's got to come
I know.
out somewhere. So now it's heading towards the street.
Well, do you put it underground?
To where?
To the neighbor.
To the neighbor down below. That's what, when you're on a
Do
hillside,
you build a cistern?
where his gutters is coming down and it's running out onto the street, we need to take a ditch down, cause there's a catch basin right down below.
Right, it's a street issue, not
Okay.
his issue.
Yeah, if we're out onto the street and our street isn't navigating the water away, that's.
And he gave the
borough
solution.
needs to look at.
That's the solution. I mean, I never saw this. I don't know, you know.
We'd have to go across his driveway on the one side of his house.
So we're gonna tie into his pipe to get the water across our.
Well, you should tell the guy what you're intending to do.
Oh, yeah,
and
I
tell
don't
him
think
why.
we'll have a problem with
No,
it.
it
Good,
wouldn't.
okay.
That's been
Nice
going
way
on
to
for years.
What do we,
Okay.
what do we put in there? Let me understand this, because you gotta watch. Because we're not allowed to change people's quote driveway pipe, or we'll be doing it all over the borough.
No, it's not a driveway
He got
pipe.
under a driveway pipe.
Okay, well, you just said going under his driveway.
No, under our road.
Yeah.
We're going under our road.
Well, it'd be.
I thought I heard
We're
you
just
say
be going along the
It'd
road.
be along the road,
Yeah.
but not under his driveway.
pretty much, yeah.
At the bottom of his driveway,
At the
not
bottom
under,
of it.
not under his
You're not
driveway.
gonna
At
go
the
from
bottom
side to side of his driveway.
It'll be on the road at the bottom
That's
of
not
his
what he's saying.
driveway.
He's saying, yes, he's gonna go from one side of the driveway to the other.
Yeah, on the road. Not under the
Yeah,
driveway.
right on the side of the road.
Where the driveway meets the road?
You know where you're going with this, Bill?
I just wanna make sure that we're not going around changing everybody's driveway.
We're not doing that. No.
No,
No,
there
we
ain't
won't be
any other
doing that.
driveways around over there.
There's other driveways around it.
Somebody might come up and go, hey, can you go do
All right,
this?
let's roll. Next one.
Did, Nick, did you have anything?
Yeah, so first off, I'm Nick Marcinko from the fire department down in Beaver Falls, so just wanted to
Hi, Nick.
introduce myself.
Hi, Nick.
You might see my bright shining face one day if you call for us. In addition to what Ryan gave, you probably seen us driving around. Right now, we've been mapping out hydrants in the borough, so we can put them into our actual. We have an app that we use where we can identify hydrants and stuff like that. Delivering, emergency point of contact forms to all the businesses. I was gonna bring one tonight, but I was on a call right before I came here, so I was gonna get one for this building here. So, I could probably get it to you.
Yeah, get it to me.
Just in the event something happens, we know who to get a hold of, stuff like that. And then with the weather starting to break here soon, we have all those hydrants mapped out. We're actually going to probably start flow testing them, so we hook a gauge up to the side of the hydrant, actually open it up and,
Oh, you
we
guys
gotta
can do
calculate.
that? Usually the water authority does that.
No, we,
Because they always frowned on us doing it before.
What's that?
They frowned on us doing it.
They've never seemed to have an issue with us doing it in the past, down in the city, so, but we'll definitely see if it's cool with them before we start doing it.
All right, next thing
You see us
said
driving
businesses?
around. What's that?
Did you say you're sending pamphlets out to businesses?
Yeah, we've been hand delivering them, to almost every business. I think we've got pretty much every single one so far, but.
Okay,
I'm
because
sure
I was
there's
going
more.
around doing the same thing, because I'm part of emergency management. But there's no sense of us duplicating. If you guys get that list, we would appreciate a copy of it.
Okay, yeah, I'll see if Chief Stowe can do that for you.
And I forgot it at home, but I have a book with all the hydrants of the borough in it. And as well as if this house comes on fire, it tells you what hydrant hit. But that was in relationship to responding from the West Mayfield Fire Department, so it may not be a value of it, but he's more welcome to that if you want.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna put that down too.
You brought that up last month, didn't you?
I think 2 months ago, yeah. I was gonna give it to him last month, but he wasn't here.
Okay.
Somebody from the fire
But yeah,
department.
other than that, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. If you start seeing us hooking up the fire hydrants and, a bunch of water flying out of it, nothing's on fire, nothing's crazy's going on, it's just us trying to figure out what we're working on, so.
All right, thanks.
Good deal.
No problem.
For the zoning office, we weren't here, we were a little bit late, so the zoning officer report. Tina's been working on, a list. Do you have a list for,
So we had mentioned before about, like, a few of these, like, ordinances of, that other boroughs or townships do, of the landlord one. And nobody kind of seemed to kind of gravitate to either say yay or nay. So I have a list that's partially done of some of the landlords, but there's no reason to pursue it if y'all don't want to do it.
Oh, no, we want to do
No.
it.
So,
That's $25 thing.
I mean,
Yeah.
whether or
Yeah,
not,
this was a.
I'm talking about the inspections, Tina?
no, it's not
No,
just the
it's
inspections,
$25
it's the, like,
registration.
the
Okay.
rentals, you know, like, rental
Jenna, is that what that
people,
paperwork you have
and
with her?
every time you change, by knowing
Village?
who owns the properties, every time you change a tenant, that's how you're supposed to also re-inspect. So it's like hand in hand kind of thing. But there's no reason to kind of pursue it if nobody wants to take the time to figure out if we want to do it. And if we do, we need to kind of finish getting the list made, make a letter of some sort between y'all to get it out to these folks to say this is what's coming in 2026. You know, but obviously you have to have an ordinance or
Right. You don't want to
something.
do that if you have no intention of.
Correct. So if nobody wants to do that, then there's no reason to like waste my time.
Waste your time, right.
I
You know?
think we should do it because it's gonna bring in a good bit of money.
So like this is Patterson's. That's what they have. This is New Brighton's. That's what they have. Very nice and simple. This is not even talking about the 3-strike rule. This is East Rochester's ordinance for the 3-strike rule for keeping track of what these folks do. So we could kind of
You
maybe,
could,
Does
those
Beaver
don't,
Falls
you
have
don't
the
necessarily have to have
3-strike rule?
both in the same.
no.
That's what I
You
thought.
don't, you could
No.
just have a,
But maybe we can pick and choose how to do
If
it.
the cops
You
show
know?
up at your house 3 times,
And they're a renter.
and you're a renter, that you can get booted.
Nuisance neighbor.
and the thing is, Ryan, the thing is,
Just not
it
quick, it's
compels the
simple.
landlord to do
Well, I'm
that.
sure
But
that
sometimes the
they're
landlord might say, well, wait a minute,
occupancy
this
for
happened to
being
me.
here for that,
People
don't
complain to
they?
me, well, wait a minute, this is my
Rochester.
I don't want
We'll look deeper
telling me
into
that
that.
evict them.
We've got too many conversations going.
Yeah.
We'll look deeper into
Landlord
that,
has
but
paid.
for now, she's,
But I think at the very least, you and Tina have, you're doing that work, having the registration, the 3 strikes you're out, that's another different altogether. But at least having the registration so you keep track of who the tenants are, who the occupiers are in these properties, whether they're under a lease, whether they're just verbally, you know what I mean, paying rent. The property owner's gotta let the township, the borough know who's there.
and won't that should bring in more taxes too, right? Isn't that, what's the per capita tax, don't you?
That's Berkheimer, that's not me.
Oh,
Yeah, Berkheimer needs to know, and that list that I gave Jenna, that I got for, Mayfield Village, needs to be checked with Berkheimer, because they sent a list of everybody that lives in those apartments. Anybody 18 or older should be paying per cap.
right.
Do they affect their income or do you affect it?
If somebody moves out,
Wage
another
tax.
person moves in, is there
Wage tax is
occupancy?
different, they don't, yeah, they must
permit
collect
for
ours
that,
too.
like for-
There should be, I think
Should be.
our,
In these document, you know, like their things, they keep track of it. Like my renter, I have to pay every year, and I have to pay $25. I pay to East Rochester. I fill out who's there and whatnot. You know, if that should change, then I have to give them an updated information. You know,
Yeah,
for
but
that.
we don't have anything right now. that says that.
Correct.
And that's what we're talking about implementing.
Correct.
Yes. Good idea.
and technically, we're supposed to re-inspect for occupancy, which would bring in more money too.
Every time you rent it.
Every time, yeah, because one guy I could move out of my house that I'm renting off of someone and take the GFIs out and do all kind of damage, and they could come in, patch it up, and not put the GFIs in, which makes it unsafe again. So,
But if we let landlords know, hey, coming in 2026, that this is gonna be coming in place, whatever we write up, that, you know, that you are responsible to let us know when the new tenant moves in, moves out, you know. Otherwise, there obviously has to be like a penalty if they do not, also has to accompany it, you know, like a fine of some sort. So,
we're gonna have to put some other stuff behind that because say that it is, but somebody has to be in charge of it.
well, that's where
Yeah.
the code enforcement has to step in.
Well, I don't
you
know who it's
and-
gonna be,
and-
code enforcement, whoever, but somebody has to.
Correct, whoever
be-
is doing, not on ordinances and on the borough, but the code enforcement officer would have to be hand in hand with the person who is, I would assume, be the secretary of sending out the letters to say, hey, you need to like submit your payment, you know? Like I spoke with the East Rochester secretary and she's like, I have to do it like at the beginning of the year and about on the beginning of the second quarter, whoever didn't pay, I have to send it out again, you know? So, you know,
and that goes
and
over
at
to
that
Jenna.
point,
Are you gonna be willing to take this on too?
That's why you need
I
an
mean, I don't want to
SOG.
overwhelm you.
She's like,
Yeah,
Um,
don't take on too much.
Speaking of that, I need a pay raise.
No, that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm like, yeah, I'll do it, but I want to pay raise. I mean, that's a lot of work.
Somebody would have to get.
We should get enough money in to give you a pay raise.
You know what I mean?
I will do anything for a pay raise.
The more you work, the more you get paid.
So we
I'm
need
okay giving
to,
it, just,
I mean, once the list gets made, then it's a matter of making those labels, and then you make one sheet like those things, and you just spit the suckers out, you know? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
That
how
could be,
they- how
that could
they
be the
know if-
person on the
if they've
borough,
actually
on the
moved out?
council that does the stamp licking. I don't know.
And that's an issue. How do I have a rental, how do they know that this guy left and I brought somebody else in?
well, you're supposed to let us know.
You're supposed to let us know, but if you don't catch it, say in June, you catch it in January when you send out the new one. Now you got a new
Oh, so they're
tenant
gonna
there.
give you an update of who's in and
Each
out.
year you're gonna
Each
get
year
a
you're
new.
required,
a
like
new-
I'm required
I'm
every
just
year
trying
to
to catch
send
up
this in
with it.
my
I'm a
house.
little slow when I got there.
Each year you get a new bill.
So if I see that Mr. X moved somebody else in, well, now I'm gonna say, look, we gotta go over there and inspect your place, cause you have a new tenant, you know? I mean,
Jason, are you?
How many tenants do we have? How many units do we have over here
I don't
at
know, this is,
Mayfield Village? Any idea?
yeah, I have it right here.
and I don't know if that works for, what are those people, the housing?
Housing authority, I don't think we can get anything out of
I mean,
that.
I don't know if they're
Can we
exempt for
go?
that, that I
Off the top
don't
of
know.
my head, I'd have to look into that.
It says
I'm not
53
sure.
It's like,
units, that's all it
right
says.
here, there's,
53.
yeah.
That's all I
There's
got.
1, 2, 3,
That's a
4,
hell of a fine.
four big things here that all
Is that-
say
That's a
housing
fine.
authority, you know,
Disrupting the
community. I don't know if they count or not.
I mean, that's $1,300 just from Mayfield Village. Then you add all my properties in there.
Did you violate the ordinance?
There's another
I
1,300.
mean, if somehow we can like grab a little bit off of this one and this one and this one and make something work that makes you all happy, you know?
I think it's a great idea.
So I'll keep working on this list and then you guys work on whatever you want it to say.
All right, thank you.
Tina,
You want
did
to do
you,
that?
I have a question for Tina.
Uh-oh.
Did you ever get any resolve on that code
The
system?
code sys, actually
I
Bob talked
talked to,
with a gentleman.
I called Code Sys the other day and that's who, Elite went
Maybe you guys
through.
need it.
Elite Training went through Code Sys. And I called him, I said, I heard you're not supposed to be in Beaver County. She goes, no, we do Beaver County.
Yeah, then the labor website is wrong.
The what?
The Department of Labor website that lists the third-party inspectors, they have them not checked for Beaver County, so.
Well, then that's not on
Oh, if
us.
they're legit, they're legit, I'm just saying.
Yeah, they're legit.
Yeah, okay.
That's who we voted on years, yeah. I think that was whenever I was in before.
Yeah. Did you tell them to check that out?
Tell who?
It's Code Sys, because the website is saying they're not eligible. I mean, it's on them, of course. but-
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, we're okay with that.
okay.
Yeah, because they came in, what did you say? They went down there to this building down here. Code Sys
Yeah,
did.
Elite.
Yeah.
Okay, and under code enforcement, it's spring. I am out. We're out. We were out for a couple hours today. We were out a couple hours. Is that yesterday or the day before?
I don't know.
Anyways, we've been driving around. We've been talking to a lot of people about their yards.
Cool. Illegal,
Just cleaning up, basically, getting everything.
A shed that was brought in without a permit, which she'll be getting a hold of you.
Well, we dropped her off that form.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah.
shed that's
well,
on
So
block.
that way she
doesn't
can
need a
mail it
permit.
in.
huh?
Shed that's on block. doesn't need a
Yes,
permit.
it does.
Never did before, because it wasn't a permanent structure.
I can move my house.
But it's on a foundation, this is not on a
Yeah,
foundation.
well, it's still,
I mean, I'm just telling you what was going by past practice. Because
This
had
is-
that happen whenever Casey
well,
would
back
get
in the
over
day,
there.
sheds used to be 6x6 or 8x8. This is
Yeah.
a 30x12. It's the size of a house.
yeah, it's the size of a
How much?
garage.
No,
But it's it's movable.
I've had 3 of their neighbors reach out to me.
I see, hold on. Anyways, that's where we're at, so,
Afterwards.
okay. We need to pay the bills. I don't need a motion, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, Bill's on make a motion.
Oh, we have to go to citizens.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, and, ratification purchases made by committees. Motion,
I'll make it.
Yep, second it.
all in favor? Opposed? Okay,
We just wanna get out of here.
can we go back to citizens now?
Put your hand up.
Well, when you mentioned code enforcement and you and Tina being out, the two junk
Yes.
cars in the West Third Avenue alley between my house and Jeremy's house, the brick
Out
house.
behind the brick garage?
Yes.
Okay, Tina, put that,
Go ahead. I'm so tired of that junkyard always forming. You got rid of the other two cars, now we got two more wrecked cars.
Yeah.
are they inspected?
Well, one doesn't have a license plate on it.
Okay, that one we can do.
Okay, I don't know. I just know that this is an ongoing situation with the people in the brick house
I understand.
and the kids on the
Next house
not
up.
street
Bike
word,
again.
the not street legal, in the dark,
That's a police issue.
the drugs.
Drugs,
That's a
yes.
police issue.
That's a police issue.
Are you reporting this? He wants to know if you're reporting it, but chief.
Are you calling the police when?
Okay, then it's always on a Friday night, and I think the next time I will call because somebody's gonna hit one of the kids, and I feel bad for the kid, but I feel bad for the person that hits the kid on the street legal.
Uninsured.
As soon as you
in that
see it,
door.
call the police. You
I'll
can
hear
call the
it
non-emergency number or 911.
I'll hear it first, okay? And then maybe at that very moment in time, Granny will be dealing drugs out of her front door, and so we'll get to kill two birds with one stone.
I've talked to these kids before. I've told them, get off the street. They don't listen, so.
Well, and I've seen cars pull up in the back.
They
road by their
fly up and
garage,
down that road.
And they're there 5 minutes, somebody comes out and they're selling them in the alley.
Jennifer is,
By the standard still side.
fire insurance. Nothing to do with it right
He
now.
drives that
Okay.
mini bike down the sheets.
All right,
Anybody else?
Yeah, me, sorry. Do we have a tax exempt number that we use?
No, we do not. I am applying for one.
wait, we do have
I
one.
thought we
But for
had
where?
one a
We
long
used to.
time ago.
I
We
asked
did.
Pat, and she told me that we do not have one. I asked her personally.
Wait a minute, for where though?
I used it the last time when I bought the computer that I have now. Pat gave me a tax exempt
asked
We used to
number.
have one.
I gave one to Home Depot.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what she told me.
Whatever people you got, give it back to her so she has it.
Yeah, can somebody answer?
We are protected.
yeah.
Call Pat.
You might want to check on that.
Yeah, I'm just giving you the information I have.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
that's
saying?
fine, but I
You
know
shouldn't
I've
have to
used
apply
one
for another
before.
one. We have one.
I'll ask her.
It's a matter of digging.
In fact, that could cause confusion if you
Out
did.
what our number
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It's just
And
lost.
Bill,
I don't have the number, so.
you
Well,
pay for
that's why
it for
every
an
receipt
outbuilding,
you
which
get,
means you're
there's
paying
no
for your
tax
shit.
at the bottom.
Did Jen, did you
I know that.
pass that
It's
shit
on here,
around?
so
I don't know if
we
she said
are
she didn't
getting
have one or
taxed
she.
on sheds.
Didn't know where it was at.
Yeah,
I just said it wasn't
Didn't
permanent.
know what it was.
maybe.
No, it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, I know I
That's
paid
what
for
it is.
it.
I think
They
it's
used to,
just-
I know.
At least 3 or 4 from a year.
I mean, I don't have it. Someone could give it to me.
Okay, is there anybody else?
No, no.
The other thing, I don't know, the mayor didn't mention it, but her and I went to the police
Oh, yes.
seminar for the
About the
active shooter, which they did a very nice job down there.
Who was the active shooter? Was it you?
No, it wasn't like that, it was just a presentation.
All right, I need a motion to adjourn.
That's my motion.
All in favor?
You got it.
We are adjourned.
Thank you.